Paolo Banchero just made history. A jaw-dropping 50-point performance that has the entire NBA buzzing. You won't believe how he did it. Paolo Banchero not only dominated the court, he shattered records with an unbelievable 50 points, leading the Magic to a hard-fought victory. From monster dunks to clutch jumpers, Banchero showed why he's quickly becoming one of the most exciting young stars in the league. Paolo Banchero makes a message without needing to be noisy off the court. Although his low-key approach is well known, his press briefings and interviews can seem a touch understated. Most people can't help but say, wow, that's one big dude when they see his physical presence at 6'10" and 250 pounds. Beyond his imposing stature, though, he usually disappears from view, a quiet giant with a laid-back attitude. On the court, though, his cool head does not follow. There, he changes and lets his game lead all the conversation. Banchero's intensity bursts right once the ball is in play. Loud, vociferous, and unrelenting, he shouts and celebrates each forceful action with an arena-filling force. His cool head off the court stands in stark contrast to the passion he delivers every game. This paradox attracts natural analogies to Orlando Magic legend Tracy McGrady, another player who kept things calm on the floor yet turned into a furious competitor. McGrady's tenure with the Magic cemented his reputation as one of the league's best scorers. Now Banchero is carrying on that legacy by proving he is prepared to leave a mark of his own. Banchero made a significant contribution to creating that legacy this week with an event that will live in memory for years. He made history and created waves across the league with an amazing 50 points in a riveting 119-115 triumph over the Indiana Pacers. Both supporters and colleagues would have been in wonder at this kind of performance, saying, I just told the coaches in there, it's one of those games where you're watching and coaching, but you're enjoying his process and watching a great player perform. Even head coach Jamal Mosley said, at a loss for words following the game. He was an artist just out there. Banchero was in his element on the court, driving his team, demonstrating that he is not just a gifted player, but also a real leader who rises to the most important calls for action. From the field, 50 points, 13 rebounds, 4 offensive, 9 assists, 16 for 26 shooting, 3 for 9 from outside the arc, and 15 for 22 from the free throw line define the figures from that evening. These numbers are evidence of a young athlete creating history with every stride, not only of an outstanding game. As Banchero's accomplishments kept mounting, the Magic's PR crew battled to keep up with the honors flooding in. With his 37 points in the first half, he tied a franchise record. He also became only the third player since 1997 to have a 37.55 statistic in a single half. That is not a little accomplishment. But Banchero's momentous evening won him a spot in the league's record books, not only set franchise marks. He became part of a select group of athletes like LeBron James, Jamal Mashburn, and Rick Barry, who have hit the unusual 50-point, 10-rebound mark. Trailing only James at just 20 years old, Banchero became the second youngest ever to earn a 50, 10, and 5 stat line and the youngest to accomplish this since LeBron in 2005. Joining Shaquille O'Neal, Tracy McGrady, and Nick Anderson, Banchero's night ranked him among legends inside the Orlando Magic franchise since he became only the fourth player in team history to score 50 points in a game. By nearly 2 months, he also broke O'Neal's record as the youngest Magic player to reach the 50-point milestone. Banchero's remarkable achievements are not limited to that. He had already exceeded his last career high of 43 points at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Reaching his own record of 36 points in the process, he set a new personal best for points scored in the Kia Center before the game was even half finished. It is amazing to consider that he is performing this brilliantly so early in his career. With his constant scoring and court presence, Banchero had already dazzled with a 33-point performance against the Miami Heat in his first game of the season, therefore ranking among Orlando's all-time greats. Every game brings fresh successes. It is obvious that Banchero has the biggest potential in the league. Paolo Banchero is penning a narrative with modest humility off the court and explosive brilliance every game. Along with explosive players like LeBron James and Luka Doncic, who have already revolutionized the game for a new generation, his stats, enthusiasm, and floor leadership fast-track him into conversations. Early achievements of Banchero are only the beginning. His indisputable influence on the court is alerting the league. When he interacts with the media, he may still be the soft-spoken giant, but his unquestionable skill and aggressive gameplay make him among the most fascinating young players in the NBA to watch. She should be acknowledged. Still in amazement following Monday's game, Magic coach Jamal Mosley says he will be. Paolo is among the best players I have had the privilege of working with. That's unique in how he presents himself, his quest for excellence, and how he inspires everyone around him. He is out there generating opportunities for others, drawing 2 or 3 defenders, and making the appropriate plays. Excellent players act in this manner. They improve the squad. Honestly, he also makes us as coaches seem good. Mosley's compliments and the legendary 50-point performance tell volumes about Paolo Banchero's position in the league. More than just a personal record, 50 points is an achievement that will make news all around and help him to establish himself as one of the NBA's most upcoming talents. Banchero's 50-point contribution meant he accounted for 42% of his team's overall score in a game when clubs usually score around 110 points. That level of influence is practically unheard of and transforms him from a gifted player to an absolute court force. Monday's game caught Banchero at his best. He left the Pacers scrambling without any serious response to his persistent attacks, pounded smooth mid-range jumpers, and smashed over defenders on drives to the hoop. Banchero kept nothing back, even if his foul line shot scored a few points on the table, and tiredness began to show in the dying minutes. He felt tired, but he still had the will to create the game-winning moves his team needed. Ultimately, his priorities were not only on breaking personal records, but also on bringing the Magic a victory. The exceptional work of Banchero transcended mere scoring, particularly in the fourth quarter, when he relentlessly guarded Pascal Siakam. His all-around game demonstrated his great rebounding, excellent passing, and important defense. His performance focused on doing everything he could to guarantee the victory, not only on point count. His playmaking and rebounding generated extra chances, and his late-game defense helped to shut down a close game. Particularly in a young player still learning the nuances of the NBA, that degree of hustle and adaptability is remarkable. Whether it's scoring, rebounding, or defense, his dedication to accomplishing everything the team requires displays a player oriented not only on his own development, but on the success of the team overall. As Magic guard Jalen Suggs said, Banchero's presence is already creating ripples around the company. It's incredible when you see legendary events happen right in front of you, Suggs added. It's unique to be around him every day, observing his work ethic and seeing how he's elevated this club. One cannot help but celebrate someone having a night like this. They deserve it. It's wonderful to see. The remarks of Suggs reflect the emotions of everyone around the Magic. Banchero is motivating everyone he surrounds, not only gifted. Monday's game reaffirmed what the squad and its supporters already felt. Banchero is able to turn this franchise around and raise a new benchmark for what this young Magic club is capable of. For Banchero, this performance was part of a greater journey rather than a one-time occurrence. As he becomes used to the rigors of the NBA, he admitted that consistency and attention are aspects he still works on. He is aware that every night he sets the tone for the Magic and that his energy level directly affects the team's performance. Banchero notes that his aggressive start on Monday was, in part, a response to his displeasure with his play in the previous 2 games, despite his great talent and staying motivated to improve. Maintaining energy game after game is essential to being a real leader. He is learning and he is reacting to those lessons with a unique degree of drive among players so young in their careers. Monday's performance, though, was something very different. While every Magic player has discussed improving the team's standards, Banchero went one step further and lifted his own. His 50-point game was a declaration, a warning to the league that he is here to dominate, not only to play. One thing is potential, another is meeting that in an amazing fashion. By rising to this new level, Banchero has shown his supporters and colleagues that he is prepared to be the Magic leader the team needs. He is demonstrating his ability to manage the demands and expectations accompanying being a franchise cornerstone. Banchero has added still another chapter to his narrative with this game, one that is just starting to develop. His capability to recover from a few disappointing games and provide such a strong performance reveals a great degree of perseverance and attitude. Monday's game was about demonstrating that he has what it takes to lead this team through trying circumstances, not only about the statistics or record books. And performances like this one will become more often as he keeps improving his game and getting more at ease in his position, therefore raising expectations. Every game Banchero plays brightens the future of the Magic, and the supporters are closely observing as they know they are seeing something unique. Paolo Banchero has shown up. The NBA is observing. Although consistency is still a target he is aiming for, the raw ability, tenacity, and commitment are already there. He's discovering what it means to lead a team and be the player they turn to for a win, and he's welcoming that challenge. Though Banchero's path is only beginning, it is evident he is well on his way to rank among not only the Magic's top players, but also among the top in the league. Monday night was a peek at his future. If this is only the beginning, the league ought to be ready for what is ahead. What an unforgettable night! Banchero's incredible 50-point game sets the bar even higher for his already thrilling career. If you love this breakdown and want to see more epic moments, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join us as we follow Paolo's journey to greatness.